Somebody needs to explain to me what the is going on. Really, I need an explanation now.
How much money the man gotta make?
Over 100,000.
Over 100K?
Yeah.
Probably on the same financial bracket as me. That would be preferably
Oh, we got there
something that would
fast.
be good.
What is that financial bracket?
At least make at least 100,000 a year.
100,000 a year. So
Yeah.
if he made 70K, don't reach out to you.
Not really interested.
Did he make a certain amount of money?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. He needs to at least make 6 figures. At least.
So he has to make at least 100K.
Yes. At least 100K.
Did both of, so you was married and then you have a child's father. Did both of those men make 100K?
Yes.
What about money? Did he make a certain amount of money?
At least 100,000 a year.
Woo, child. You know, big money, big money.
Yeah.
Did your children's dads make 100K?
Yep.
So, this is the Kendra G Show. For who's not familiar with this show, it's actually a pretty basic dating show. She has a big platform. She brings people together. You can call in with a video call, present yourself, say what you want from the opposite sex, and maybe there's somebody watching who's interested in you. They can contact the show and you can go on a date. It's real easy. But it became a running joke throughout the years because of black women. As far as I'm familiar with the show, I've only seen black people calling in. So I haven't seen Latin or white people call in yet. Maybe I've missed it. I only see black people call in. Sometimes men, mostly women. And here's the thing. Mostly women who ask for a man who makes 6 figures. Now, examples that I showed, to be honest, I wasn't even looking for the worst cases. I just took some examples, edited the video, and here we go. Few examples. I'm not talking out of my behind. I'm not making this up. They seriously demand 6 figures from a man. And it makes me wonder, right? Like, what's going on? As I said before, I don't specifically date black women because they are a minority. They're quite, unique where I'm at. You won't that easy find a black woman who's not occupied for that. So, my connection to the black woman is, you could say, non-existent to some degree. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're up to. If it wasn't for the internet, of course. So, I'm watching the Kendra G Show. I keep seeing all these women saying that they want a 6-figure man. Now, first of all, 6 figures. That's a lot of money. 6 figures is not a easy to obtain amount of money or salary for that. As far as I know, but maybe some brothers can help me, enlighten me in the comments about that. As far as I know, most people in the United States are broke, or a lot of people are broke. A lot of people are struggling to pay rent. A lot of people are struggling to pay utilities. A lot of people are struggling to even have, a lot of people don't even have like $1,000 on their bank accounts for an emergency case, right? But apparently among average black women, now I will come back to that in a second, among average black women, this is not an issue. Now, another thing, right? These women, in my opinion, and I'm going to try to be as nice as possible about this, right? Like, my skill, when I'm talking about my skill from 1 to 10, it's not just looks, right? It's never just the way that you look. It's a big portion, but it's not the most important thing. Behavior, attitude. These are also things that will either increase or decrease the number that you get from me, right? You could be a beautiful woman, but when your behavior is off, you become a 5 or a 4 to me. And I've learned that the hard way, by the way. Could also be the other way around. She could be a 6, but she's so nice or she's so good in bed that you feel like, yeah, maybe she's a 7. Maybe she's an 8. Maybe she's wifey material, even though she's not stunningly beautiful. could go either way. But what I feel like is these women, their demands, I'm speechless. I'm beyond speechless. Somebody really needs to explain to me. I can't put my finger on it yet. I will figure it out. But I can't put my finger on it yet. How come that these women are so delusional? You know what I thought? At some point, I started to come up with this theory that maybe it's all fake, right? Like, I know that when it's about television, I've been told ever since I was a kid, like, just assume that everything that you see on television is fake. Everything could be staged. And right now, although YouTube still has this feeling of common, normal people making videos with their phones, and I think we're past that stage already. Everything on YouTube can be staged as well. For all we know, Kendra G pays these women, right? For all we know, she said, like, you get a contract, you get a certain amount of money. We don't need model tier women. We need average looking women. So it sounds contradicting to the way that they present themselves, to the demands that they have. And that's gonna get us a lot of views. People gonna send these clips to each other. People gonna make it go viral. You gotta do something extraordinary if you want to stand out. So this is extraordinary. This is as extraordinary as it gets, in my opinion. But the reason why I really make this video is because, yes, even a black guy in Europe, even for a black guy in Europe, it's embarrassing, to say the least. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because I know that in other races, women are also materialistic. I know Arab women are materialistic, Indian women, Chinese women, most women, white women, Latin women, they are all materialistic when they get the opportunity to be. But I don't know what's the thing with black women, that they don't, I know what it is. I know what I want to say. They don't combine their demands. They don't return it. There's no, you can't see, like, look, at least with some women from some races, I gotta say, like, okay, she demands a lot, but she also gives you a lot back. She gives you a lot back as a man. Like, doesn't matter what you need as a man. You need beauty, you need a hygienic woman, you need a woman who will take care of your kids, you need a stay-at-home wife. They can offer that. They can offer that because a lot of these women were raised to be that demographic of woman. So there's no problem for her to step in that role and be that role. If you can offer, so okay, you can offer her to stay at home. She can be your stay-at-home wife. But black women don't even have the capability to offer a man to be a great stay-at-home mom. Yet they do have the demands like they are superstars. To me, it's crazy, man. To me, it's absolutely. Imagine that you are a guy, and you are, let's say you are 40. You don't work out. You have a dead bod. You don't work out. You have no money. You have no good job or no job at all. Yet you demand a model tier wife who's not older than 25, who also makes a lot of money, and some other crazy demands. I don't know. People will look at you and people will just start laughing at you, like, bro, you gotta get real, man. You gotta get real. And maybe you're like, no, man, there must be so at some point, if this man is convincingly enough, saying like, no, this is what I want, you know what's gonna happen? At some point, I'm gonna look at this man and I'm gonna start to respect him. That's right. I'm gonna start to respect him. Instead of looking at him and laughing at him, I will be like, wait a second, this man is something that he ain't telling me. There's something that he ain't telling me, because these demands can only be made by somebody who knows that it's a possibility, a reality. That's why he's demanding these things. He's demanding a model tier woman who's not older than 25, because he knows that that's apparently his bracket. Apparently that's his pool where he can fish with women like this. So if we translate it back to those women on the Kendra G show, it's gotta be the fact that they get men like this. And this is also what they say, right, in the clips that I just showed. They all say that they're baby fathers, the men they date, they all have access to these at least 100K men. At least. They all have access to them. somehow, some way. So how do they meet them? I don't know. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know who is the man who makes 6 figures, goes to the club, meets a woman like that. I mean, I don't know where you're gonna meet her, at the grocery store, because they all have multiple kids, so ain't that much clubbing or dating apps. And you be like, okay, I have 6 figures, which makes me a top 5, 10, 15% percenter. But yet I'm gonna pick this one. I can get 80% of women with my salary, but I'm gonna get this one. Because let's not forget, they also got demands on the way that you should look, right? You should be ripped, if possible, dreads, if possible, 6 feet at least. So what's up with all this, man? Like, you are that type of guy and you're gonna pick a woman like that. Is it really? This is not even a informative video. This is more like a video where I'm just asking the world, or I'm asking YouTube, where I'm asking you as a viewer, if you came across this video, like, can you explain it to me in the comments? What's, because I'm just living my life, man. I'm just go to my job. I just try to create some content, just having my side hustles, just doing my thing, and I don't know how women live. I don't know how these women live their lives, but apparently they meet up with all these high value men who make at least 6 figures and who are willing to take care of them and their children. You see, like, the most annoying thing about this is that, like I said before, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for a black person. Why can't these women just come on the show and be like, you know what I want? I want a man who's stable to some degree, who's there for me, who's loyal, who I can build with, who I can build a future with. You know, he doesn't have to look like Tyrese. He doesn't have to look like Leonardo DiCaprio. He just has to be not too ugly, I guess. And we can roll. But most important thing was character. Do we match? Nope, you won't hear that. You won't hear that. You won't ever hear that. The only thing that you'll hear from these women is the same thing. And this is why we also say, like, it's a known statistic, right? Like, especially among black people, that I think, like, let me be careful with spitting numbers, but let's just say that a small percentage of black men is impregnating most of the black women. We at a point right now where a black woman apparently doesn't mind sharing a man. She might mind to share a man to some degree, but she wouldn't mind to get kids from that man and then raise them by themselves, right? Doesn't matter. Impregnate me and I'll just do my own thing. I don't need you. Which brings us to another problem. So now we got young men who are raised by women who raised them like that. It's an ironic thing, right? It's an ironic loophole. These women who are raised men, single by themselves, without a father in the picture. And the next thing you know is that the next generation of women also are chasing these kinds of men. They're chasing men who were raised single-handedly by women, without a father, raised by the streets, raised by the big boys on the streets, who will teach them how to behave, how to act, how to eventually be a bad boy. And what will all these women say? I want a bad boy. So if you are a I wouldn't say well-groomed, it's not about groomed. If you are a decent guy, right, you have a job, you got your ish together, you don't do crime, you never went to jail, you never was in trouble with the law, at least not with big things, you know, maybe you did something small like a something in traffic, something small, but no big things. You know what a lot of women gonna say about you, especially black women? They're gonna say that you are a lame. They're gonna say that you are sassy. When you are a black man who is just doing his thing, trying to stay out of trouble, perhaps maybe because you were raised by a two-household family, by a family with 2 parents, They're gonna say that you are lame. They're gonna say that you are sassy. They're gonna say that you are not that bad boy. But on the other hand, these bad boys were raised by women who will end up like them as single mothers. That's the irony. So a lot of men, let me tell you this. If you perhaps are the type of black man who feels like I'm missing out because, I don't want to pay the price for these women. I want to be a bad boy to some degree, and I don't necessarily want to be sassy, but I also don't want to be, also don't want to go to jail 15 years just to prove that I'm that guy or something like that. It just ain't worth it to me. I got a lot of good things going on in my life. So, you just don't deal with these black women. You be like, okay, I won't deal with them. I will, chase other races. Don't ever let them encourage you, bro. Don't ever let them don't ever forget that these women will end up as single mothers, and they will raise boys who will be chased by a new generation of women who will say like, hey, what's a bad boy about that? What's bad about that? What's bad about a man who is stupid enough to do whatever type of crime and he gets caught? What's gangster about that? That's back in the days that used to be called stupidity, stupido. It used to be called stupido when you did things like that. When you got caught by the police, you were stupido. When you were a smart dude doing this thing, you won't get caught by the police. That's the first thing. You won't even tell people what you're doing. You won't be talking about it, showing off what you're doing just so you can get women or stuff like that. No. But everything has changed, man. And it has changed for the worst. And no, as usual, I don't even have a solution. I don't even have a solution for all this madness. But it starts right here. It starts right here because these are all women with multiple children. So there are also boys, there are girls there, and they all get indoctrinated with ideas like this. Like, you gotta be a man who makes 6 figures. You gotta need it. It's for the boys. If you are a woman, it's gonna be you gotta have a man with 6 figures. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy and it's embarrassing. And I wish that it would stop, man. And I understand from a entertainment point of view that it's great, right? It's great. It's entertaining. We can have a great laugh when we watch the Kendra G show. But on the other hand, it also destroys the image of black people in general. Because the only time when other races hear something about black people or black women is always negative. It's always negative. Always. It's never a positive point of view or a positive story or a positive trend. It's always negative. Always. And these women are not even embarrassed. That's why I said, like, perhaps it's fake. Perhaps it's fake because by now you know that if you go on a show like this and you make crazy demands like this, you know that people gonna pick up on it. So maybe people do it just to do it, right? Perhaps you will get men who will be kind of like this drizzle trend, right? Where men are like, yo, I want you to take me out. I want you to fly me out. It's just a joke, but it's just to show how ridiculous it sounds, right? And until some people started to think it was real or some men really adopted this philosophy, I don't know. It's a joke. Of course, no man is going to demand all these things. You know that life doesn't work like that. So from that, this is not going to do nothing. This is not going to make a dent, I know. But I just want to spit out my frustration with this because I keep seeing this show and I keep wondering like, okay, it's not one, not two, it's hundreds. It's almost all of them. All of these women, man, and they look like they are out of shape. They're old, they have multiple kids from different fathers. That is as unattractive as it gets. Things won't get more unattractive to a decent, normal functioning dude. You will say like, that's a red flag after red flag after red flag. That's not wifey material. It's not even hit material. Not even like I want to hit it desperately. Nothing. I don't want nothing to do with it. And that's just me being an average guy. I mean, I can't imagine that if I was above average, from whatever point of view, that I would be like, yes, this is what I want. No, I would stay away from that as far as possible. But okay, man, let me know what you think about this. Give me an answer. Give me an answer. Let me know, what did I miss in my life that now apparently all these black women are able to not only just make demands from men to make 6K, they make 6K, 6 figures, they make 6 figures themselves, apparently. What did I miss? What's the secret? What am I doing wrong, man? I need to start making 6 figures, and not for them, but apparently it's so easy, obtainable. Afro-European, drop a like, subscribe, you know the drill. See you in the next one. Shalom.